Welcome back to Talk About It in English.
If I ask you, how was your day? 90% of you will automatically answer, it was good, or it was busy, and that answer kills the connection immediately.
Imagine it's 7:30 p.m. You're sitting at the kitchen table. You're tired. Your partner asks, "So, how was it?" You want to tell them about the crazy meeting or the funny thing at lunch, but your brain is fried. You freeze.
I used to do this in Spanish constantly. My host family thought I was a boring person because I never shared anything. I just didn't have the energy to translate my whole day, so I just said, bien.
Stop saying it was fine. Today, we are giving you a 3-step template to tell the real story of your day in under 60 seconds, even when you're tired.
It is really painful when you realize you are boring in a second language, isn't it?
It is the worst feeling. You have all this personality in your native language, but in English, you become a robot who just lists facts.
Exactly. And the biggest mistake I see students make is what I call the chronological trap.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. It is the first I did this, then I did that pattern.
Right. Someone asks, "How was your day?" And the student thinks they have to start at 7 a.m. I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I had toast, I took the bus.
And by the time they get to 9 a.m., the listener is already asleep.
Or checking their phone. The problem is that a list of tasks is not a story. It is a police report.
That is such a good way to put it. We don't want a police report of your schedule. We want a connection. We want to know how you felt.
But when you are tired after work, finding the words to describe feelings or complex situations is really hard. That is why we default to, "It was good." It's a safety mechanism.
So we need a way to be interesting without using a lot of brain power. We need a structure that does the heavy lifting for us.
That is where our 3-step framework comes in. It changes the goal. You are not trying to report the facts. You're trying to share a vibe.
Let's start with step 1. We call this the vibe check.
The vibe check is all about the first sentence out of your mouth. It sets the tone for everything else.
If you start with "it was good," you have set a very flat, boring tone. There is nowhere to go from there.
Instead, you want to use a phrase that summarizes the emotional energy of the day.
Think about a day where you were running around constantly. You had back-to-back meetings, and you didn't even have time for lunch. How would you describe that vibe?
I would say it was one of those days.
I love that phrase. It was one of those days. It implies chaos, stress, but in a shared, relatable way.
Exactly. You say, "Oh man, it was one of those days." Immediately, the other person knows you are tired and probably frustrated. You don't have to explain that you filed 3 reports and answered 40 emails. The phrase does the work for you.
Another great vibe phrase for a busy day is "it was a whirlwind."
It was a whirlwind. That gives the image of spinning around. It means things happened fast.
Or if it was busy but in a negative, heavy way, you could say "it was a total drag."
A total drag. That is a great one for when the day felt slow, boring, or just difficult. Maybe you had a headache or the work was monotonous.
So notice that we aren't saying it was bad. Bad is too simple. A total drag paints a picture.
What about a day that was actually surprisingly good? Maybe you thought it would be hard, but it went well.
You could say it was actually surprisingly productive.
Or better than I expected.
These are simple phrases, but they are so much stronger than good.
They act as a hook. If you say, "It was a total drag," I naturally want to ask, "Oh no, why? What happened?"
Exactly. You are inviting the conversation. You are opening the door.
So that is step 1. Drop the good or fine and replace it with a vibe check phrase. It was nonstop. It was a whirlwind. It was a drag.
Now, once you have set the vibe, you have to back it up with evidence. But this is where people fall into that chronological trap we talked about.
They start listing everything. It was a drag because I missed the bus, then the coffee was cold, then my boss yelled at me.
And that is too much. It is overwhelming for you to speak and overwhelming for us to listen to.
So we move to step 2, the 1 scene rule.
This is my favorite rule because it makes speaking so much easier. The rule is you are only allowed to talk about one specific event from your day.
Just one, not the morning commute and the lunch and the meeting. Just pick the most interesting thing.
Think of it like a movie trailer. You don't show the whole movie, you just show the best scene.
So if you said it was a total drag, pick the one moment that made it a drag.
Maybe it was the moment the printer broke 5 minutes before a deadline.
Perfect. That is your scene. You ignore the breakfast, the commute, the emails. You just zoom in on the printer.
So you say, it was a total drag. The printer jam broke right before the meeting started and I was panicking.
That is a story. It has a conflict, it has an emotion, and it only took 2 sentences.
Let's try another one. If you said, it was one of those days, what is a scene that fits that?
Maybe you had a meeting that went way too long, so you say, it was one of those days. We were stuck in the
conference room for 3 hours just arguing about a budget.
See how easy that is? You don't have to translate your whole life. You just have to translate one room, one moment.
This removes so much pressure. When I learned this in Spanish, I stopped trying to be a historian of my own life. I just became a reporter of one moment.
And the listener actually remembers what you said. If you tell me about the printer, I can say, oh, I hate when that happens. We can bond over it.
If you list your schedule, I can't bond with, I brushed my teeth. Everyone brushes their teeth. There is no connection there.
To make the one scene rule work, you need a few transition phrases to introduce the story. You can't just jump from the vibe to the printer.
Right. A great transition phrase is, the wildest thing happened.
The wildest thing happened. Use that when the story is surprising or crazy.
Or if it is a negative story, you can say, you won't believe what happened.
You won't believe what happened. That is a classic. It builds suspense.
Or simply, the main thing was.
The main thing was. That signals to the listener that you are curating the day for them. You are picking the highlight.
So step 1 is the vibe check. Step 2 is the one scene rule. But if you stop there, it can still feel a bit incomplete.
It feels like you just dropped a fact and walked away. The printer broke. Okay, and?
We need to land the plane. We need to bring the story back to the present moment.
This is step 3, the emotional wrap-up.
This is where you connect that past event to how you are feeling right now, sitting at this table.
This is crucial because it tells your partner what you need from them. Do you need a hug? Do you need space? Do you need a laugh?
If you just say the printer broke, I don't know if you are angry about it still or if you think it is funny now.
So you finish the story with a phrase about your current state.
Something like, so honestly, I am just glad to be sitting down.
I use that one all the time. I am just glad to be sitting down. It signals that the stress is over, but I am tired.
Or, I am totally ready for a glass of wine.
That is a very clear signal. It means, don't ask me to do chores right now.
Or, if it was a good day, you might say, so yeah, I'm feeling pretty relieved actually.
I am feeling pretty relieved. That closes the loop. We went from the vibe, to the event, to the result.
Situation, problem, result. It is a classic storytelling structure, but shrunk down to 60 seconds.
And notice, James, how much grammar did we need for this?
Very little. You needed one adjective for the vibe, past simple tense for the scene, and present simple for the wrap-up.
No complex conditionals, no future perfect continuous, just real human connection.
If you are enjoying this breakdown and want to turn your daily English from a textbook list into real-life conversations, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are building a whole library of these social scripts to help you handle every part of your day, from the morning coffee to the evening chat.
We have some great topics coming up about how to interrupt politely and how to make plans without being awkward. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss them.
Okay, Lily, I want to put this to the test. Let's do a simulation.
I love a good simulation.
I am going to play the role of the tired student coming home. You are the partner waiting at home.
Okay, I will ask you, how was your day? And I want you to give me the typical bad answer first, the one we want to avoid.
Got it. The boring robot answer.
Ready? So, hey, you look tired. How was your day?
It was fine. Just busy. I had a lot of work.
Oh, okay, good.
See? It is dead. The conversation died right there. You have nothing to say.
I really didn't. I just felt like saying, okay, and looking at my phone.
Now let's try it with the framework. Step 1, vibe. Step 2, one scene. Step 3, wrap up.
Action. Hey, you look tired. How was your day?
Oh man, honestly, it was a total whirlwind.
Really? Why?
Yeah, the wildest thing happened at lunch. We were just about to leave for a break and the client called with a massive emergency. So we had to stay and rewrite the whole proposal in 20 minutes. It was chaotic, but I am just so glad to be done with it.
Wow, that sounds intense. Do you want some tea?
Yes, please.
Cut. That was perfect.
Did you feel the difference?
Huge difference. First, it was a total whirlwind, made me immediately lean in. I wanted to know why.
And notice, I didn't tell you what I had for breakfast. I didn't tell you about my commute. I went straight to the lunch emergency.
That was the one scene, the client call. And because you shared that specific struggle, I felt empathy for you.
And then the wrap-up. I am just so glad to be done with it.
That told me exactly what you needed, comfort. So I offered tea. The conversation flowed naturally.
And the whole thing was maybe 4 sentences?
Maybe 5. It wasn't a speech. It was a structured answer.
Let's try one more, but a positive one. Sometimes people struggle to share good news too, because they don't want to brag or they don't know how to frame it.
Good point. Let's do a good day scenario.
Okay, you ask me.
So, how was your day? You seem happy.
It was actually surprisingly productive.
Oh?
Yeah, you know that project I've been stuck on for weeks? I finally cracked the code on the last part of it today. It just clicked. So I'm feeling pretty proud of myself, actually.
That is amazing. We should celebrate.
See? Step 1, surprisingly productive. Step 2, I cracked the code on the project. Step 3, I am feeling proud.
It is so simple when you break it down.
And you can mix and match these phrases. You can have a drag of a day where the one scene is a boring meeting and the wrap-up is I need a nap.
Or a whirlwind day where the one scene is a surprise party and the wrap-up is I'm energized.
The key is that you are making choices. You are not just letting your mouth run on autopilot with, it was good.
You are taking control of the narrative.
I want to talk a little bit about the one scene part again, because I think students get really nervous about their vocabulary here. They think, what if I don't know the word for printer jam? Or what if I don't know how to explain the project?
That is a valid fear. But the beauty of the one scene rule is that because you are only telling one story, you can take a second to think of the words before you start.
Right. If you are trying to tell the whole chronological day, you are constantly searching for words for traffic, breakfast, emails, colleagues. It's too much processing.
But if you just pick the printer, you only need the words for printer.
And if you don't know the exact word, you can describe it simply. The machine broke. The paper got stuck. You don't need the word jam.
Also, because you're telling a story about a problem usually, or a win, you can use emotional words, which are often easier. It was stressful. It was funny. It was annoying.
Exactly. The focus is on the human experience, not the technical details. Your partner doesn't really care about the technical details of your spreadsheet. They care that the spreadsheet made you stressed.
That is such an important distinction. We often think we need business English to talk about our jobs, but at 7:30 p.m. at the kitchen table, you need human English.
Human English. I like that.
You're not reporting to your boss. You're talking to your friend.
Let's review the vibe vocabulary one more time, because I think having 3 or 4 of these ready in your pocket is the best way to start tomorrow.
Okay, for a busy, fast day, it was a whirlwind, or it was nonstop.
For a slow, heavy, annoying day, it was a total drag, or it was one of those days.
For a good, effective day, it was surprisingly productive, or it went better than expected.
And for a calm,
Day? We didn't do that one. Oh, for a calm day, it was pretty chill, actually.
It was pretty chill. That is very natural.
And the scene for that could be, it was pretty chill. I actually cleared my whole inbox by noon.
And the wrap-up? So I am feeling totally recharged.
Perfect. Chill, cleared inbox, recharged.
It creates such a nice rhythm.
And it stops the interrogation mode. You know, when one person asks, how was your day? Good. What did you do? Nothing. Did you eat? Yes.
That is painful for everyone. That is not a conversation. That is a dentist appointment.
By using this framework, you give the other person hooks to grab onto. You are being a generous conversationalist.
That is the goal. Fluency isn't just about knowing all the words in the dictionary. It is about being able to connect with people without making it hard work for them.
And it is about being vulnerable enough to say, I am tired or I am proud, instead of hiding behind, it was fine.
So we have a challenge for you. We don't want you to just listen to this video and nod your head. We want you to use it.
Tonight, before you go to sleep, or right now if you are alone, open the voice recorder app on your phone.
Pretend your partner or best friend just asked, how was your day?
Do not say it was good. We want you to record a 60-second answer using the 3 steps.
Step 1, give us the vibe. Step 2, tell us one specific scene. Step 3, tell us how you feel right now.
Listen to the recording. If you hear yourself listing, then I did this, then I did that, delete it and try again.
Keep practicing until you can tell the story of your day in 1 smooth minute without listing a schedule.
It feels awkward the first time, but I promise this structure will save you so much brain power in the future.
You will never be stuck saying it was fine again.
Thanks for joining us today. Good luck with your recording.
See you in the next one. Goodbye.